Hello and welcome. I'm going to try to show not everything, but what I've done in April in 2022 with regards to art, digital collage art, that is, and what I've written in terms of Kindle Vella stories and some things I've been reading and enjoying. So, first, we'll start with the art. Again, this is all digital collage, all public domain images, kind of reworked and whatever. Sometimes I do draw things, but not too often because there's just so much out there to work with. But here you see, what is that, 2, 4, 6, 7? 14 images that aren't, well, they're not tarot related. I'll do that in a second. But over here, I can't really point to anything, can I? The first one's named Odd Umbrella after a story I was thinking about, which I might have to redo. And then the next one's just some picture I did on Easter. And the third one there on the top row is a book cover I did, again, kind of for Odd Umbrella. And then the next one is just a leaf. It was a green leaf with water drops on it. I changed it. And there's some more sculptures rearranged and altered. I enjoy doing those for some reason. And then the next one has the title underneath it called New Skin, Kenw. And that's really, I think, because I kind of messed up on Kindle and got the cart before the horse. So I'm going to fix it by starting a whole new story with a whole new title. And it gives me a chance, I suppose, to rewrite those episodes. There weren't that many already. And then there's something I called aqueducts, which is ducks going across an aqueduct. Oh, I got to get me out of the way. Here we go. Let's see. I'll turn me off. Sorry. And then there's, I don't know, just thinking about a librarian. If you could see it, there's a famous painting in the background with that looks like a person, but it's made out of books. I can't remember the name of it now. And then there's just that one's hand drawn. There's no collage, no existing art there. I just did that one day. Then there's another book cover where the two people are kind of intertwined. I used that as the cover for one of my Kindle stories called A Darker Roast. And we'll get to that. And then I altered a book cover that I had on another Kindle Vella story called Apparently Not. This is my one true to life, but the story doesn't match exactly. Paranormal event, or an unknown event, or a missing time event that did occur to me and a friend. And then here I'm thinking about the newest story called A Darker Roast from that book cover over there called Whitey in the Library. It's a part of the story eventually. And then there's a love interest, I guess, or she's interested in him or they're interested in each other. There's karaoke with her coffee and hot dog stand. Then there's the last thing where I kind of thought, what if they went on a picnic down by the river? This is Carrie and Whitey. Whitey's the guy there, just going on a picnic. So those are the art I did in April that's not related to tarot. So let's put the tarot one up. So in April, mainly, I finished the suit of swords, as you can see, ace through king. And I do like some of them. And this is one time where I tried to keep something other than a color recurring between all of the images. Like you can see a swirl and clouds and a blue. And that's in every one of them, even though a couple times it's not so clear. And I think the page could have used more blue. And the Seven of Swords, I don't know, I could have gotten rid of the trees or something. But I do like, if it was just me picking out a card from somebody else's deck, then I do like the 9 for some reason. The 9 of Swords, I think I got something there. But And it started out just being feathers, air, and somehow peacocks kept coming up. So I put them in there, but it's birds and feathers, really. So that's the suit of swords that I did in April. So let's move on here to the writing in April. So in April, I did a Darker Roast is the new story. That's the one with Whitey and Carrie in a place called Interwoven. And you can read the first one for free, like all of the Kindle Vella stories. Although I have to be honest, it's a little hard to find stuff that really grabs you. But, maybe I've just read too much in recent years or something. But you can see I added episodes and created a new one in 4 different stories. That's up on Kindle Vella, and I will put a link in the description so they're easy to find. I got Journal of a Wannabe, which is me writing about writing. I did 16 episodes in April. That's pretty good. And the Mundane Speaks is supposed to be these odd things that's happened throughout my life. Turned into a story, so embellished a bit. I did 5 of those. And A Darker Roast is a whole new story, so I did 6 episodes there. And then I went back to the one I kind of started with called Apparently Not, which is that one event in my life that's paranormal, I guess you could call it, time missing, all the stuff I didn't used to believe in until that happened. Let's see, what's next? I wanted to share the screen, I think. Yeah, there we go. And this is Girlfriend Linda. And I've enjoyed these stories. She has much better stories up there on Kindle Vella, and they're very good, readable. I'm enjoying it. The Accidental Aunt, The Cure, an international thriller. That's the big one. Let me scroll down. I think that was completed there. Ever After. Howie in Love. That's like I think she calls them cozy mystery. And then here's a little nonfiction called The Cure. The Lure of Chianti and Fava Beans. How to Write a Killer Mystery. And then there's a story that came back again called Barden Digby Falls, which is pretty good. So I've been reading those, and as you can see up there, maybe from my overly large token amount, I do have tokens to share. If somebody wants to read and follow and leaves a comment in this video, then I might read and follow them and spend a few tokens because I got some to spend. And let's see, what else did I read in April? I've been enjoying this book. This person also has a YouTube channel where they talk about books. I think that's the only thing. Their dog, their bird. That's about it, I think. But they recommend a lot of books, and I've gotten a lot of good recommendations from him for short stories, which is my favorite thing to read. So he has this book, and I got a physical copy, but I also got the Kindle one. But I've been enjoying it. It's like quick little reads, much smaller than a Vella story, but they're like just paragraphs. Like that's the idea of it, 3 paragraphs, and you get 300 of them together and you got a story, especially when these people keep coming back and you kind of remember what they were doing before. They're very odd. They're very quirky. It's kind of funny. So I'm about halfway through that one. Let's see. And this is the one that's, at least in the past few episodes, driving my Kindle Vella story called The Journal of a Wannabe, because this is Ursula K. Guin, and she wrote, I think, several books about writing. Okay, she was like a sci-fi writer, I believe. And so I'm enjoying trying the exercises, and I alter them a little so I'm not, directly plagiarizing her book. And I've been using those to, 1, help my writing, and 2, to have a somewhat easy to do episodes for a Kindle Vella story, because I'm trying to get one of those up every day for April. So that'd be 30 episodes, one per day, but I waited too long, so I'm having to do 2 a day to finish up. But anyway, let's see what's next. I think that was my recap for April. I'll get rid of the screen share and I'll bring up a larger version of one of the things I did with Whitey and Carrie there on their picnic. And I'll bring me back so I can say goodbye. And I hope everyone had a great April, and we're looking forward to May and warmer if that's how it works where you are. If not, then I hope it's great anyway. And with that, I will say peace. And wait a bit.